Holy cow, that actually looks really good. I gave myself exactly 1 day to get better at drawing. Now, by no means are my drawings terrible, but I think that if I took the time to study and learn, I could become a professional artist. Let's get started. Let's just do not an animal. Alright, I figured it out. I'm going to give myself a little bit of time to draw like a self-portrait. And not a self-portrait, like a still life of something, and we'll come back and take a look at it, and then we'll watch some videos and we'll go from there. Alright, so I kind of sped up this footage just because I didn't do much talking and I didn't do much looking up either. I'll kind of just walk you through what my plan was here. I draw in layers, so I spend a lot of time blocking in shapes and then redrawing those shapes on top of other shapes and so on and so forth. So that's what I'm doing with the blue. We're kind of figuring out what I want in the still life. We're drawing a wall line, and the wall line's gonna get moved a couple of times, but that's okay. I'm drawing in table legs. I mean, you could literally see what's happening. So honestly, I might just put on music, speed it up a little bit more, and let you watch. That is the drawing and a rough sketch of it, and I feel like it looks pretty decent. I feel like that's a very clear understanding of where the starting point is. We drew some very simple shapes and we created a very simple looking sketch. So now comes the studying portion. I'm going to watch some YouTube videos and we'll see where that leads. So there's some interesting videos. A person draw anything, which I think is like a decent one to probably watch. How to actually start drawing, that's just gonna tell me to scribble, been there, done that. How to draw a body, you know, there's some really good videos, but I think what we're gonna watch is actually How to Start Drawing for Beginners by Bacat. Okay, this one's interesting. We're getting told to copy references, right? And obviously our goal is to draw without references, but that's okay. But they do bring up a good point, and I think it's something that even I struggle with, which is shape sizes, distances, and angles. And if we look at my drawing, you can see we got shapes, we got distance, right, with the angle. We have a sort of perspective drawing. So I just thought that was an interesting thing to look at, and a good point that they brought up. I'm gonna keep watching and I'll be back. Draw what you actually see, not what you think you see. Again, something I struggle with. This is still going off references, and maybe that's where this is just headed today. References aren't a terrible way to draw, and maybe it will help me improve my freeform drawing from, you know, this. So we'll give it a try. Definitely learned some cool stuff. Drawing from reference seems to be the go-to. So our drawing reference today is going to be, that's right, a pen. I'm just going to draw a pen onto my iPad, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, this is Travis Tries Things, so we're going to give it a try. So let's just get started. So we're going to watch another drawing. I'm going to attempt to draw that pen as most closely as I possibly can. To do that, we got to draw some shapes in first. You're going to see it. Like, I'm going to roughen shapes. I'm going to do my same drawing style that I always do, where I do multiple layers. I did some measurements there with some quick scribbles just by kind of guessing the scribble for proportions. This would have been easier if I had an actual image on the iPad, I'm realizing, but you know, sitting out in front of me, it helps with the challenge anyway. So yeah, and we're already on the second layer. Look at that, we're going straight through this. I drew those straight lines by pressing and holding. You could do that on Procreate. And then I'm just refining shapes right now. You know, we noticed that there's a block at the end, so we did that. And honestly, you could see what's happening, so there's no reason for me to describe it to you. So let's talk about something different. Travis Tries Thing is a rebrand of our channel, my channel. Originally, I wanted to do gaming videos, but they have very little interest to me. And when I do play games, I'll just stream them to Twitch or TikTok, which is Travis G Gaming or Travis Creates. The former is Twitch. And I figured this channel could really focus on something that I enjoy a lot more, which is learning things or analyzing things. I've already done all the logo updates, I've already done the background update, and I've already started uploading content that kind of better reflects what I believe I want to do on YouTube, which is just learn stuff, learn how to get better at stuff and record my journey doing it. I am by no means a good YouTuber, and by no means is this something that I believe right now is going to become a career. However, I figured if I do something that I want to do, it ups the chances by a lot. I also started a second channel called Travis G SMR. It's terrible. It's Pokemon card ASMR, which is kind of cool, but it's really an experiment that is going to come out later on this channel once I actually commit to doing a full 30-day video and editing a 30-day video. But yeah, I don't think that gaming is where I want to go. So if you were here for the gaming content, I'm sorry. If you're here because you want to see more drawing videos, I mean, more than likely there'll be more drawing videos because, again, recording my journey getting better at stuff, but not going to be the main idea. We're probably going to have more experiments like the coin flip video or the experiment I'm currently recording, which I'm not going to tell you what it is, but subscribe if you want to see that. And then we'll have like these little one-off videos like this one where I just focus on a skill and I try to improve the skill. And I really hope that y'all want to come along for that. I understand if you unsubscribe now and I go from 20 subscribers back down to 10 or whatever, but I really hope that watching me just figure out YouTube and what I want to be on YouTube and figure out my niche is something that you're into. And I really want to say thank you to everybody who's already joined and subscribed and liked the videos and usually comments on the videos, because it really does mean a lot and it does give me the drive to keep going. We're already reaching kind of the end of this pen drawing. I'm adding in a drop shadow now. You'll notice a lot of the times I color right over my previous work. That's genuinely just because I use layers for everything, and I'll just move the layers around to get the result I want like that. But yeah, this is the pen drawing, so just gonna let you finish that out. So obviously my drawing skills weren't horrid when I started, but I think that pen really shows it off, right? And it shows that sometimes just studying or learning something a little bit more than you already have can go a long way. The pen's by no means perfect. I would need to practice a lot more before I would call myself able to draw realism or look at something and draw it. And we didn't ultimately complete the goal of the video, which was to draw something from our imagination, and that's okay, because what we learned instead was to take our time, and we learned that learning is the process to getting better. So with that, like, subscribe, we'll have another video next Thursday, and I'll catch you in that one.